On the mark, 68 and psyched up about Super Bowl 44 and what should prove to be a great matchup. Colts Saints, two #1 seeds and probably the two best quarterbacks going in the NFL right now, Peyton Manning and Drew Brees. Let's look back on Super Bowl history and some of the great matchups. The first 9, really a lot of bad games, a lot of mismatches. Only Super Bowl 5 went down to the wire, and that was a bad turnover play game between the Colts and Cowboys, with Jim O'Brien capping off the win with 5 seconds left for the Colts. We move ahead to Super Bowl 10, Steelers-Cowboys, the first true matchup of two great teams. Went down to the wire with Roger Staubach misfiring in the end zone a few times from distance, and the Steelers won their first of 2 matchups with the Cowboys. Those were colossal matchups. They won as well in '79, 35-31. The NFC dominated the 80s, so a lot of blowouts there. So we move ahead to that Niners-Bengals game in '89 that looked like it should be a blowout. The Niners were a huge favorite. The Bengals were game, though, and it took Joe Montana to John Taylor with 34 seconds left to win that one for San Francisco 20-16. Move ahead, 2 years, and we had the Bills-Giants, and the Bills with that dynamic offense, but the Giants played a game to perfection, kept the ball for 40 minutes with Carl Banks and Lawrence Taylor dominating on defense, and of course poor Scott Norwood missed wide right, and the Bills went down for the first time in 4 consecutive years. The 90s weren't great early with the Cowboys dominating. Then we move ahead to that Packers-Broncos game. That was a good one with John Elway finally getting his first ring. 2000 game to cap off the 90s. We had Rams-Titans, of course, Kevin Dyson reaching for the goal line, but not quite getting there as the Titans tried to come back from 16-0 down, couldn't quite get it done, and Kurt Warner won the MVP 23-16. Actually, the last 15 years or so have produced the best Super Bowls. The Patriots' 2 wins over the Rams, that was a dramatic game winner for Adam Vinatieri, and then he did it again a couple years later against the Panthers. Those were 2 excellent games, especially in the second half. Giants and the Patriots in 2007, just a couple years ago, that could rank as #1. If you talk about the drama surrounding the game, the Patriots going for the undefeated season, looked like the unbeatable team. Tom Brady, 50 touchdown passes that year, but the Giants prevailed with that massive pass rush. And, of course, David Tyree making the improbable catch, and Eli Manning really coming into his own in the postseason, capped off by that Super Bowl game-winning drive. That was a tremendous game, as was last year. Although the first half wasn't stellar, the second half, and especially the fourth quarter, a great game with Steelers defeating the Cardinals. So this is the way we're going to go Super Bowls all time, taking everything into consideration. Giants defeating the Patriots 2 years ago, the best game ever in 43 Super Bowls, followed up by the Bills-Giants, with the Giants winning 20-19 in 1991. And just because of the sheer talent on the field, probably the best Hall of Fame talent on one field in NFL history, 1979, Steelers defeat the Cowboys 35-31. Want to know what you think about the greatest Super Bowl matchups of all time? I'm on the mark, 68.